Money makes the world go round. Sometimes it does, and sometimes money gets you a few favors, like tickets to Laker playoff games. Here's the story. Ed Roski and Majestic Realty want to build a football stadium in the city of industry. There it is. A few California lawmakers waive a few environmental rules, and voila, the stadium's got a shot. So a few months later, Majestic Realty gave those lawmakers a few Laker tickets. Tickets totaled about $1,400, and they were reported. Some though are saying these kinds of gifts get lobbyists favorable treatment, and some are saying there should be a limit on such gifts. Two questions. Should there be a limit? And if it's all legal, then what's the problem here, Charlotte?
Well, I think there should be a limit. And there actually already is a limit when it comes to lobbyists' money to legislators. And back in January, the LA Times wrote about a scandal in which 26 members of the California legislature failed to disclose their money that they received from lobbyists. It's a $420 a year limit. And I think we do need something like that for businesses, because it's not just whether it's legal or not, it's the perception of impropriety, because the public doesn't trust politicians. So we need to have disclosure there. And with the internet, it's great because it's so easy to just put up all that information and everybody has access to it. But it's also very easy to kind of be caught up in this perception problem, because last night, I'm on the Greater Valley Glen Council, and at our meeting last night, one of the council members said, why don't we get the businesses to provide free food for our meetings? Because, hey, we've done a lot for them. We've passed various motions. And whether it's legal or not, my first thought was, no, the perception is bad. It sounds like an ethics violation. Even though there's no quid pro quo, no, bad idea.
Megan, go ahead.
Well, I was really surprised to see that the legislature overturned environmental laws to make this stadium a reality. When's the last time you ever heard of an environmental law being overturned? And all of a sudden, because of these overturned environmental laws, I wasn't able to find which environmental laws were overturned, but they're now sitting at, courtside seats, the Lakers. It is an important, because of transparency and accountability, like we talked about before, it is very important for these things to be disclosed. Voters have the lowest confidence right now, and in order to maybe instill more confidence in these voters, all of these types of payoffs or gifts do need to be exposed and recorded.
Okay. We're a little bit over, so let's just get to our final topic. And ladies, listen up. An author's got an idea that could be the best thing that's ever happened to your marriage. It's called negotiated infidelity. Let your husband sleep with another woman. Just make sure you know who it is and what he's doing. Holly Hill, the author of Sugarbabe, says cheating is normal for men, so you might as well let him do it. She lets her man sleep with other women, but he's not allowed to cuddle. Hill says that women can gain power by setting the rules for their husband's infidelity. Negotiated infidelity. Now, Megan, I know you're not married, but if you were, is it good for a marriage, or is it an indecent proposal?
Well, let's look at the author of this book, Sugarbabes. I think she's a 20-something. She's never been married. She's been a mistress for a good portion of her life. She was a mistress to a guy for 4 years, and he dumped her. So I don't really know what happened there, but she all of a sudden became destitute because she wasn't living off of his money anymore, so she decided to write a book. I really don't think that she's an expert on marriage. She's obviously never been married. She's not an expert on relationships. She's only been a mistress. She now has a boyfriend of 2 years, which I really don't think is any ample amount of time to determine whether or not that's a successful relationship. But yeah, I don't think that she's one that I would really turn to for relationship advice.
All right, so basically what you're saying is consider the source, but the bottom line is you don't like this, correct?
No, I don't like it. I mean, come on. There are other ways perhaps to spice up your marriage than going outside of your marriage. Why even get married? Why even get married if you're gonna practice infidelity? Marriage is an institution. It's a monogamous relationship, according to most. And so why even get married?
All right,
stay
Charlotte,
single.
All right, stay single. Now, Charlotte, you are married, and God knows you've done everything on the planet. So, that being said, what do you think about this?
Well, I personally am very conservative in my personal life, but I think that every relationship has different boundaries. And you may remember back when Jimmy Carter was president and he said he lusted in his heart, he felt he had gone over a boundary. If my husband lusted in his heart, I frankly wouldn't care. But if he cheated, I would care. However, I don't feel this is cheating or infidelity. This is basically an open marriage is what she's talking about. it's honest. They have this relationship and they're saying, okay, it's okay to do A, but it's not okay to do B. I think that's perfectly fine for some relationships. I don't have a problem with that. But her idea that men want to sleep around, actually, this is not the first time this theory has been brought up. There was a book called The Moral Animal in 1995 that talked about evolution and how men want to propagate their genes, but women want commitment in order to have stability and raise the family. So there's lots of factors that impinge on a person, male or female.
Why
culture,
get married?
Hereditary.
Why get married?
What?
Why get married? Just stay single. Go
Maybe you want to get married
oats,
and have another marriage. I have no judgments about that. I really don't. Just not
Spread
for
your
me, but
seeds
other
all you
people.
want.
So you could do that, Megan. I wouldn't say a word.
All right, well, ladies, nice job. You know, when I think about sleeping around, the only thing I want to do is take a nap. That's when I sleep around. Good job. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks a lot.
All right, Fred, thanks.
Okay. In a moment, he's alive.
If you're so smart, prove it. Contact NBC Filter on Twitter or Facebook, or send an email to thefilter@nbcuni.com. We care what you think, but if we don't like it, we'll filter you.